Andrews and Tammie are that kind of servant leaders. They lead with love. If you want to be inspired and hyped up, just get on the phone with them. They hype me up today. I will tell you, you walk in the room with them and you can just feel their love. Amazing speakers. You guys are blessed to hear from them tonight. And we're so super excited because they're our newest officers. So everybody, congratulations in the chat. And I'm going to turn the time over to Andrews and Tammie.
Thank you, Christine.
Hold on. Can y'all hear us okay, Christine?
Yeah, we can.
Awesome, yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Christine. You are so sweet. You make us feel like, you know how when a student comes to class and there's a new school, and then you got that one person that's like, oh, come on over,
that teacher's pet.
Right, exactly. This is how you make us feel. So thank you so much. It's amazing to be here tonight, and we are so honored to be a part of Partner Code, and we just love the energy here. We just love the people here, and we are so excited to dive into what we're talking about today, because we're coming from our heart today, and we were just so honored that we were asked to share from our heart today. So we got 7 points.
But before we do that, we do have 7 points, but we have Alondra. Alondra has to show this picture.
Okay.
So we have, y'all, we have this picture of what we believe to be true servant leadership. When we were in Panama City with our other Partner Code family at that event, I took, I'm gonna sit back and I'm an observer, and I kind of look at everything. This picture, along with several other pictures, I called Christine and Tammie. They were, can y'all see her leg up? Do y'all see her leg up? This is, see, your leg don't go up. See, I don't know if y'all know this, okay? But your leg don't go up unless your heart is really in it. Oh. Okay? So when I saw that leg go up, I said, okay, let me capture this moment, because this is really the definition of servant leadership. Because Christine, I don't know if everybody knows this, she does so much more than we probably can ever fathom.
Right.
But on top of that, what makes her an amazing servant leader, Christine doesn't want anyone to feel left out. And that right there, and that's why, thank you, Alondra, that's why I wanted to open up with this picture, because Christine really is the one that made us really feel welcome when it came to being a part of Partner Code. So Christine, we honor you so much. You are a chief servant leader. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. That is so meaningful. And you all make it so easy to love. And so everyone in the chat, if you've not had a chance to meet this couple, check them out on social media. You just be ready to be loved. So thank you so much for sharing that.
You are so welcome.
So we're gonna dive on in, because we are really about timing. We really respect time. So we have 7 points tonight, and the first point that we're going to talk about is the servant's leader. Okay.
So before we did that,
okay, go ahead.
Let me do this.
Now listen, I want to say this. My husband is a pastor.
This is our love language.
This is right. So this is how we roll.
So this is our love language, right? So I'm gonna forget something and she's gonna remind me, and vice versa. So when we looked at servant leader, that's such a heavy topic. And thinking about being a servant leader, it comes with a lot of pain. It comes with a lot of rejection. Sometimes it comes with a lot of loneliness. It comes with a lot of jealousy from a lot of other people. It comes with a lot. So when Tammie and I, when we were discussing this, and Tammie and I, we were like, okay, so we are pastors, and not only are we pastors, we have three buildings that we own as far as building suites. So we rent out building suites for people who are entrepreneurs.
Right.
And we have a total of 50 of those suites. But we have been so hurt, and we have been through a lot.
Damaged.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
We have been so damaged. So when we talk about this, I want to begin with the definition of servant and leader. So I wrote it down, y'all, because I'm going to forget it. So I'm going to look
We
down.
write
But
everything
I
down.
write everything down. I don't want it to leave. So a servant is someone who puts the needs of other people's before him or herself. Okay, that's number one. A lot of people like to say that they serve, but they don't have the desire or they don't have the core belief to put other people before themselves. You cannot be a servant if you are not willing to put yourself last. Okay. And I know a lot of times we rah, 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 I'm going to be first, but Christine is a servant. I knew that when I met her. She's a servant. All right. So a servant is a person who is willing. You don't have to, but your heart says put somebody else's needs forward. Now, a leader, in which I want to make sure I say this because a lot of times people think leaders are people who work the hardest. That's not true. Okay, it's not true. A leader is not the person that works the hardest. A leader is the person that serves the hardest. You may want to write that down. Okay, a leader, because a lot of people can work hard. Sometimes people have great work ethics. They can come into business and they can shoot way to the top. And what we do is we'll say, oh my God, that person is a leader, right? And we'll put them in a position of leadership. We did it with our church. We had somebody to come in and they came in and they just start working real hard. And we says, oh my God, this person is a leader.
Right.
And we put that person in a leadership position, not knowing that person does not really love people.
Right.
So what happens, you put a person in a position that works hard, but doesn't understand people, you get what? You're going to get disaster, right? So a leader, a true leader, has the ability to bring others together, right? Impacting them in such a way that they begin to feel what the leader feels. And they begin to see what the leader sees. So when you see a true leader, they don't have to pound nobody over the head. They don't have to talk crazy or beat anybody. They don't have to, they don't have to do things that are not right. A true leader will lead with love.
Right.
And a true leader will lead with kindness.
Right.
And that type of leader, people will want to follow.
And with passion.
Absolutely, with passion. A true leader can step in the room and begin to impact people in such a way that people will come after the meeting and touch that person and say, okay, tell me what you're doing, where I want to go, where you go. That's a true leader. So we don't have to beat anybody over the head, or we don't have to try all these different tricks.
We don't have to pull the whip out.
We don't have to peel the whip out and make somebody. Everybody, we're in the people business. So our goal is to draw. We're in the drawing business, right? All of us have a gift. So we need to find out, what is your drawing power? What do you have that's going to draw people to you instead of you're having to do all these other things to try to make them stay with you, right? I'm sorry, Lady Tammie. Now you can go with the 7 the things you had.
Awesome. And I love it when he just comes out like that because it's so powerful. I live with it. So we have 7 tips here tonight. And so the number 1 is, what I wrote it down, is servant leader must have a core heart for helping the people.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that.
So as we mentioned before, you really can't make a leader.
Right.
A lot of times we try to train leaders, but real leaders have a core heart for leadership. As a matter of fact, they're not even thinking about being at the top. That's not their agenda. They didn't even come in to win. They came in with the mindset, one mindset only, and they said to themselves, how many people can I help? That's your true leader. How many people can I help? How many people can I impact? How many lives can I change? When you meet people in this business, right, and they tell you, hey, I can sell so many noni bottles. I can sell the skinny drops till there are no more skinny drops. I'm going to sell so many nonis until there are no more noni trees, right? That's a good worker. That's good. But when you get somebody that comes in and say, hey, I really want to change people's lives. I really want to impact many people's lives. There, right there, there you have a leader. So a servant leader is a person to their core heart They're thinking about how many people I can help, right?
And the second one, servant leader must surrender control to trust.
I love that. You want to?
I want you to hear that one again.
Say it slow, Tammie.
A servant leader, okay, must surrender control to trust.
Y'all,
it's hard to trust somebody, right? It's so hard to trust individuals, especially if you've been wounded and hurt. So you got to train your mind to learn how to let go and to begin to trust. And that's a hard thing to do when you've been broken and wounded. So you have to find deep down inside of yourself, how in the world can I find it the next level to go to the next level so I can reach that shining star where I can be able to trust again.
Right.
It's hard to, it's so hard.
And so as a servant leader, you have to surrender control. When we were talking about this, I said, well, surrender control. And Tammie like, well, but it's the truth. We have to surrender to the person that you are under. You have to trust somebody again.
And it's hard.
I know a lot of people that came over to Partner Code and they were like, man, I've been in this industry before.
And my heart is broken.
I had the worst leaders in the world. They made me wash their cars. They made me clean their dishes. They made me, all of us have these stories, right? But, when you recognize that as a servant leader, the first thing is servant. So that means that you must come under. And a lot of us don't like to come under because we look at coming under as somebody stepping on us. But that's not what that means. It means to surrender control, meaning I'm not going to challenge you every time you say something.
Right.
I'm going to believe you. When Greg and Dr. Lanika called us and, we were like, and they were like, hey, we got something. And I was like, man, I hope they didn't have nothing. I didn't want them to have nothing. They were like, we got something. And I was telling Lady Tammie, man, I wish they didn't have, because I didn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Right. And Tammie was like, well, what is it? And Dr. Lanika was like, have y'all heard of Noni? And that's what she did. She jumped up and ran around and brought her little Noni cup. And again,
because I had been in Noni 20 years ago. So I knew exactly what it was all about.
So we were like, so we've have a relationship with Greg and Dr. Lanika. We surrendered trust to them before. Yes. They never hurt us. Right. They never led us astray. They never made us do something that they would not do. So as a servant leader, it was so easy to surrender that control. As a matter of fact, when we stayed
we can see the light.
Absolutely. Right. When we stayed at their home, we saw what kind of leaders they were. Right. They work hard. They look good, but they work really hard. And we saw that. Right. So it was easy to surrender control.
Number 3, a servant is a professional.
Absolutely.
Right. You got to be very, very professional. You got to walk with integrity.
Absolutely.
Integrity is everything. And honor. You got to make sure that you are represented correctly. Why? Because you are a professional, not just in this industry, but with your own personality. I mean, whoever you are, you want to make sure that people respect you. That Absolutely. You want to make sure that people can hear you. You want to make sure that people can understand you without you looking unprofessional.
Right.
It's very.
And then on top of that, I was going to say, as a professional, you do want to know how to separate your feelings from the assignment.
That's very important.
And that's what a professional is, a person that knows how to separate their feelings from the assignment. We have work to do. Right. So you may be angry. You may be upset. Yeah, your upline may not have called you in 3 weeks. Yeah, you probably didn't get your 2 people yet. And your team is not growing. So you're mad at every time somebody goes to the next rank. Instead of you celebrating them, you are spitting out nails, right? You have to learn how to separate that. You got to separate the way you feel from the assignment, because if you allow your assignment to become your feelings, you're never going to be successful.
Right.
So we have to maintain professionalism, right?
Right. And number 4, servant leader understands that when times get hard, they were created on purpose for a purpose.
I love that.
For a purpose.
Created on purpose for a purpose. So when times get hard, and they are going to get hard, some of you all are going to experience moments of jealousy, You're going to experience things in your business that you're going to be disappointed with. But we want you to understand that you were created on purpose for a purpose. Don't never let that leave your sight. Okay.
Right. And number 5, servant leaders build hope
I love that.
before they build a team.
Say it again, Tammie. Say it again, Tammie.
Servant leaders build hope before they build a team.
They build. So while you out here trying to
Right.
get a team, I want to build a team. I want to build, baby, learn how to build hope.
Right.
That's what we do. If you build hope, your team will grow automatically. You get people that want to go out there and say, I'm ready to build a team. I'm ready. But you start getting all these people together and they do nothing because they have no hope.
Right.
You didn't show them anything.
Right.
So let's go around and let's build hope first. Then the team will grow.
Right. Number 6, a servant leader is always what?
The student.
A student.
Teach me, Tammie.
Yes, always, to the end, to the very end, always a student. Right. And number 7, a servant also must be very thankful.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
thankful. Yes.
Y'all, if I can leave y'all, we're going to leave y'all with this. I want to read this scripture. It's 1 Corinthians. You know, we are pastors, so we don't want to throw some in there. But I want to read this scripture, and it talks about love. But I also want to read it, and I want to put leadership in place of where it says love. So it's 1 Corinthians 13, chapter 4-7, real quickly. And it talks about love does not give up. Y'all probably heard that before. But I want to put leaders in this place. So if leaders do not give up, leaders are kind. Leaders are not jealous. Leaders does not puff itself up to being important, right? Leaders don't have pride, and leaders does not do the wrong thing. Leaders never think of the and it goes on and on. So I want to let you know, as a servant leader, you know, times are going to get hard. There's going to be some moments where you're not going to feel your best. But I want to tell you, as a servant leader, although we all joined Partner Co, and we're all thinking of different strategies of how to promote products. But the last thing we want to leave you with, we are in the people business.
In the people business. Yes.
We are in the people business first. Before Noni, Skinny Drops, more, you name all the products. When you get through with all of those, we are in the people business. And if you can't learn to love on people and
Right.
be kind to people,
Right.
then you are not going to be successful in this company.
Right. Thank you so much, Miss Christine. We love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, I am seeing all the faces. I'm seeing the chat. I think everyone is feeling the same thoughts that I have, which is, whew, I feel so blessed by all of your words tonight. And, you know,